Oh, yes, I have the dog again. And my ex-wife, she's going to Switzerland. Good for her. All the everything that she took, and well, her and her sister are doing all right. And I'm glad that's happening. But as a result, I got the dog for a little bit longer. I wanted to do a post-mortem on the election. I honestly thought that we were going to see a red wave. I did not think that, I thought something would probably happen. A nuke might go off in Ukraine, or with 3 million people crossing the border, there'd be a terrorist incident. I thought for sure that something would circumvent the election, but it actually took place. And then, there was the post-election depression, because I thought we would see the red wave. We did here in Florida, thank God. Boy, I tell you, I'm kind of getting my wish. I used to end my videos with, if you're a Democrat, move to California, move to New York, get the hell out of Florida. Well, I mean, I guess a lot of the Democrats have converted over to Republicans, because you can't explain Miami-Dade County, can you? Unless that took place, because I don't think many of them moved out of the state. But the good news is that I'm kind of getting my wish. We're turning more and more Republican here in Florida. The free state of Florida. So thank God for that. And but I wanted to do my postmortem analysis because I don't have too many people I talk to, too many friends. I was trying to understand how in the world could the witch Whitmer win in my old state of Michigan. And I didn't even realize that they had a abortion on the ballot. And if you're a conservative or a Christian or whatever, I mean, abortion, it's a big issue on both sides of the equation. A lot of young women believe that is their right to have control over their bodies. And I can understand that. In fact, as a young man, I had friends of mine in Virginia, which I think at that time might have been a Republican state. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to politics when you're young. Maybe they do more so now. And they had abortions, and I could understand it because, as a young teenager, to take on the responsibility of a family is huge. I don't think back then that adoption was an alternative, that we had Christian organizations that would offer that option to these young women. So I could completely understand it. And I was like, well, yeah, what's the problem? I mean, because I guess, in our minds, it's not until we get older that you think, well, maybe that fetus has a soul. Maybe it is a living, breathing human being, even though it's inside of another person, or a woman, or the Feder woman who won. Oh my God, a brain did. Oh, go get me started on Pennsylvania. But so back then, and I was a Democrat back then, and I thought, I don't understand this whole abortion thing. It just seems to me that if a woman wants to cut that fetus right out of her body, then she should be allowed to do so. What's the big deal? So I think that the Democrats were able to make a big deal out of that issue, and to young women who, my body, my control, felt that, that was a bigger issue than inflation or the economy or being able to survive or being able to buy food. Now maybe these things might become bigger later on, or buy gas. What about paying for gas to get to work? These weren't the things that were important to them. So that, to me, talking to people after the election, was the issue that brought the Democrats home with their victories, and that's fine. And I guess my message to Republicans is that I understand. After surviving cancer twice and being shot at and having broken my neck, to me it's all about life. But at the same time, all right, so let's talk about war. All right, I've watched a lot of people die. in the hospitals, in war. It's just a part of who we are. So if you want to make a difference in the world, I think that you're going to have to give in on the abortion issue. Okay, I don't think God wants that, but at the same time, I don't think He wants us as conservatives to lose every damn election. You know, you're going to have to say, okay, well, and that's another thing. The messaging should be about the fact that all that's happened with Roe v. Wade is it just kicked the issue back to the states. Now, Michigan, I guess, and a couple of other Democrat states have voted in constitutional rights to abortion. So that's beautiful, right? That's what they want. It's their right as states to decide that. And, you know, just give up on the doggone issue. If people want to travel to Michigan, or if they want to travel to other states and get an abortion, they can do so, right? Louisiana, I mean, you know, they're okay. They're saying that nobody can get an abortion. All right, so fine. So just let it all pan out and drop it, man. Quit saying that, you know, I'm an absolutist on one side of the equation or the other. I understand God is probably an absolutist because He wouldn't have a woman get pregnant. Boy, I tell you, I'm listening to the rain. I'm in a tropical storm here in Florida. Oh my goodness gracious. But luckily I'm totally prepared. I was out working for, well, the last month, power washing, cleaning out the gutters. I'm totally ready. So anyway, that's my message to Republicans and Democrats, okay? So now you got I think it's 5 states that voted in constitutional rights to abortion. Okay, good. You know, you want to cut that baby out of a woman, and if that's what she wants, I don't think it's right. I think you're killing somebody, but so is war, right? We got people over right now in Ukraine dying in the war. Is that right? No. Life. That's just part. We got well. Look at Chicago. We got people dying on the streets in street fights. 80 something every damn weekend. You know, people getting shot and killed. New York City's getting worse by the day. I think what was I seeing? I can't even remember the number of people that have been killed in New York City. People dying of fentanyl by the hundreds of thousands. I mean, you know, so yeah, that's just a part of life. And so do a certain number of babies need to be aborted for the greater good? I don't think God would look at it that way, but if we're ever going to turn to keep freedom and be able to, like we are here in Florida, you know, the free state of Florida, where we've got our rights, we got our Second Amendment, we can defend ourselves here, right? If somebody comes in my door, I can shoot them. I don't go to jail, but if I'm in New York and I shoot them, I go to jail, you know? So these are the things that, it's a balance. That's all I'm saying is life is a balance. And so say hi to the boo dog, and that's it. Boo, say hi. And by the way, DeSantis won him by 20 points. That was freaking fantastic. So yeah, take your victories where they fall. Hopefully the Republicans will. And that's another thing. Why in the world? I mean, here in Florida, one day and done, right? Because we are the free state of Florida, and our elections are. I felt completely safe voting by mail here in Florida. And of course, my ex-wife was like, "You voted by mail." I said, "Well, I'm crippled, man. I didn't want to stand in line. Shoot, you know, I'm lucky to get through the damn day." But if I didn't feel safe about that mail-in vote, if I lived in Pennsylvania or Michigan or New York, I guarantee you I would have been at the polls waiting in line with my stool so that I could go in a public bathroom and cath myself, you know, if I had to be able to vote. Because I don't trust those states, and I don't trust Arizona. No way Katie loses, but it looks like that's another thing. Why in the world? What the hell's wrong with Arizona, right? You can't count your damn votes in one day, and that's true of every state where this is going on. This is utterly ridiculous. Anyway, if you want to listen to that parrot Sean Hannity, and you know, I tell you, I don't like him per se. I mean, I listen to him but all he does is repeat himself. Oh, we're going to have this and that. And then he repeats himself over and over and over again. It's not Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was always interesting and always on a variety of topics. I like Dana Lash, Well, I like Dana Lash because she's got some funny stuff. Florida man, Florida man, Florida man. All right, that's it. Good to live in the free. Now, multiple free, 10 times free state of Florida. Even Miami-Dade County is Republican. I love it. Peace out.